it's I want to start somewhere, and I don't even know where to start. But the problem is that you guys are gassing this man up, and not because he dealt with the information, not like he dealt with the information, but gassing him up just for having balls, just for being the biggest and the baddest in the room. It's like a dare, you know what I mean? So I think that part is getting overlooked. So what I mean by that is this: I always thought he had knowledge, but young Pharaoh, according to what I saw, he has information. See, the difference is with knowledge. If you got knowledge, then you understand what the nation is about, but you attack the individual, that individual outside of his doctrine or whatever the situation is that you agree with, you disagree with, they have family. You know what I mean? Like, he's a father, a grandfather, a great great grandfather. You know, he has people, he's a mentor, he's a teacher, he's a spiritual, leader to those who follow him. I'm not saying to everybody, but to people that he do, which is a large number. And you verbally, visually attack these people personally. Now, and your followers don't even tend to bring that up. They don't say, well, you know what? They don't even realize that you never really dealt with the information. It was still false. To be honest with you, a lot of things you brought up, it really had no substance and no values to, like, the presentation really had no values. It really didn't. It was just like you said, I'm throwing daggers. So you threw daggers, but those were just random attacks. Those were just undermined somebody who really don't understand what's going on. Honestly, the fact that you even use that vulgar language toward the minister, his teacher, who is still a father, he got loved ones out here. For you to even do that, I'm starting to question everything you was even saying. I'm starting to really, I want to question that. Are we Google scholars? You know what I mean? Are we? I Man, I was liking the science joint you had cracking. I thought that was cracking. You dealing with all the, this scientific astrology and I was like, man, that's dope. That's dope. I don't know what, and then it's like, even like the Dr. York situations and even the elder like Umar. I see, I grew up in the 90s. I'm 89. In the 90s, we respect our elders. I don't give a hell if you was an alcoholic. We still respect our elders. So maybe because I'm old school, I don't know what this new shit is, where you just say any old thing and they laid the foundation. So what we do is we scoop up all the goods out of it. But you are literally attacking Farrakhan? Wow. Personally, and I'm thinking, do you really know what's going on? If you got the knowledge, you wouldn't have done those things just based off knowing. Based off knowing. If you have the knowledge, you would have knew. So I'm just speaking to your audience. You gotta watch what this is, how this all came about. Y'all over here gassing this boy up. Get him, young Pharaoh, and stand your ground and all that. Like, what is he standing the ground on? He threw false doctrine, and you disrespected an ancestor, which is Elijah Muhammad. He is an ancestor. You disrespected the minister, his whole, that ain't what they represent. Even Malcolm and Khalid, you disrespected them too, because they had they differences with the nation, but that's not what they represent. That wasn't a smart move. Now your whole your resume, that's where the error kicks in. At is that there's a flag on the play. We got to deal with something. That's not that. Well, it wasn't logic. And the thing is, it wasn't smart on all ends because all that shit you was talking about, man, like it wasn't even like. Come on now, they have a team. They have a research team. They have a research team. They are trained. The nation is trained for criticism. They train. They deal with these things. You know what I mean? This ain't just, they don't just talk. They don't. Everything you put out was nothing new. That was new for people who didn't know about the nation. So what you did was you misled a community of black people who had the potential to get a hold of the nation, actually reform their lives. You never dealt with the information in that you can show and tell that it's producing some, they coming up short. You didn't show that. You didn't show that. When you judge and if you're going to judge somebody or a doctrine, you have to see what it's producing. So prime example, if you're going to judge the nation's doctrine, which is fine, totally up to you, did you ever look what it's producing? When I look at the nation, I'm seeing doctors, I'm seeing journalists, editors, healthcare type of. I'm seeing this is a nation. They coming from all different angles, Laborers, entrepreneurs. When you see what they producing, this ain't that. So now I'm asking you, okay, you just a list of all these people, the elders. I saw it. I followed you. I liked this science information, but now I'm kind of like I'm straight now. Hold on.